Do you feel like life just has it out for you? Every time you turn around, there's another disaster, another crisis, another problem to solve, and you just can't catch a break? If you are waiting for life to turn around and for you to catch a break, here's the thing that is absolutely in your power right here, right now. I'm Stacey Berger, transformational coach in life and business, empowering business owners to have full spectrum success. Life isn't happening to you. This is something that can be really hard to take because it feels like life is happening to us. We have conditions, we have circumstances, we have problems, we have challenges. There are things that are happening around us. So it can be very, very easy to fall into this trap of thinking life is happening to us. And here's the thing, life isn't happening to you, life is happening through you, and you have control. And the moment we recognize that, the moment we leave this victim energy of life is happening to me and we take our lives back in our own hands, it is so empowering. Not always easy, but very empowering. Most people on our planet live in what I would call victim energy, that life is happening to me. And here's the thing, we are all one thought away from victim energy, right? Guess what happened to me today? Guess what they did to me? Really easy to fall into that, right? Our kids did this to us, our spouse did this, the government, the company, somebody cut me off in traffic. And so easy to fall into that. When we start to recognize that we are co-creating with the universe, that we are a co-creator in our life, we start to take control back. And so moving from that victim energy, taking control, really, really empowering, and start to realize that I am a co-creator in my life. And if I am a co-creator in my life, I've created my current results. This is the good news because I can co-create a whole new life experience. How does this work? When we understand how we create results, and there's a very simple formula for how we create results. Our thoughts, the thoughts that we think on a repetitive basis, those create our emotions or our feelings. Depending on our emotions, depending on our feelings, that impacts our behaviors. It impacts the actions we take. It impacts what we're doing or what we're not doing. And ultimately, it's our actions, it's our habits, it's the things that we do every day that ultimately become the results in our life. When I recognize that formula and I realize that, wait a second, my results are a direct reflection of my thoughts. So if I can just take conscious control of my thoughts and direct my thinking in new ways, I can produce new emotions. I'll start to feel happier. I'll feel more empowered. I'll feel more alive. And when I feel more empowered and confident, I have new behaviors. I have new actions. I show up to my life differently. And as I show up to my life differently, life responds to me and I start to create new results. So how do we take conscious control of our thinking? It starts with where we're placing our attention. What are we focusing on? The way that I like to look at our thinking is the analogy of a flashlight. If you can imagine you're in a dark room, you turn on that flashlight, you point it at something, and it highlights the thing you're pointed at. It's the same in our life. We focus our attention by what we're looking at, where we're directing our attention. Wherever I'm directing my attention, that's what I'm thinking about, that's what I'm reacting to or responding to, and therefore creating my results on. I don't know if you've ever bought a new car or new to you car, and all of a sudden you're driving down the street and you just see that make, model, or color of car everywhere. Why? Because you're highly interested in it. You're focused on it. You've got your flashlight tuned to that color, make of car. And it's the same in our life. The more I get interested in what I do want to create, the more I get interested in what is going right, what I am grateful for, and I direct my flashlight on where I want to go, I start to think differently, I feel differently, I act differently, and life responds to that, and I create new results. When you find yourself spiraling in that negativity, when you find yourself in the life is happening to me, or really frustrated by your circumstances, there's a simple formula that you can apply to shift your thinking in those moments. I call it the ABCs of awareness. The first is the A, which is awareness. We begin to have a greater awareness and noticing when you're in the life is happening to me. When you're in the conversations and you're complaining about a friend or a spouse or a boss or the weather or traffic, start to notice the conversations in that inner dialogue. So awareness. The second thing is just simply take a breath. B is for breath. By taking a breath, you're interrupting that pattern. You're basically taking your flashlight. You no longer want to shine it over there. So taking a breath, take control of that flashlight. And then C is change. I want to redirect that flashlight in a new direction. What's a more empowering thought I can think here? What am I grateful for about my boss, about my car, about my house? And so as you're noticing that life is happening to me energy, and we all go there, we're all one thought away from that, consciously have the awareness, notice it, take the breath, and change the thought. And as we do that over time, it takes repetition. Over time, you start to develop new patterns of thinking. And so if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're sick and tired of being in the chaos, the drama, the despair of your life circumstances, it's okay. You're not alone. And to know that you can make different decisions. It starts by focusing your energy on what it is that you do want to create. Start looking for what's going right. Start looking for the good. And it will begin to build a momentum and a trajectory. And pretty soon, good things will start to happen to you and for you. You are a co-creator with life. And this is such an incredible opportunity to embody that, embrace that, experiment with it for the purpose of living a life you love, to help you direct your thinking in what it is that you want to create. We have some powerful affirmations. Affirmations are thoughts that we can think on a repetitive basis to inform how we feel, our actions, and our results. So download those affirmations, cut them out, put them on your mirror, in your car, on your computer, and read those to yourself out loud multiple times a day to shine your flashlight on what it is that you're affirming, what it is that you want to create. I'm Stacey Berger. Here is to you living a life that you love.